Look at that. Nice giant chunk.
Oh, I'm so glad we came over here.
Nice. I'm looking for these flat, shiny surfaces. Nice. I really love when I find random flint like this. I decided to, it's fall now. It's cold. It's like 20 degrees. Well, it's 25 now. Last night, I got in late last night, as usual, and just car camped this time. I slept in the back of the car, and it was very, very, very cold. I'm glad I had 0-degree weather sleeping bags. But decided to come down and look for flint, see what I could find along stretches here in the mountains. And I'm just going to explore around and see what I can find. I'm going to be heading west. So I was looking at this piece of limestone right here. And I glanced up the rock line here and found some pretty high quality flint. Test it. Yeah, that's pretty high quality. I'm keeping this piece. Cool. Look at all the frost.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to see it because this stuff has limestone mixed in. Here's a piece of limestone. Here's a piece of flint with limestone in it. So you can see how similar that looks. And then here you have the flint. It's just a little tiny piece. About half of this is flint. If you put side by side, you could see. Limestone, flint, limestone. Here's a bunch more. Some right here. This piece right here. Right next to limestone. That's a pretty big piece. I'm gonna take that. This is also flint, but it's very, very low quality and has a lot of flaws in it, so I don't really like to use this stuff. I always look for the higher quality. That lower quality flint. This looks really low quality. I got my giant copper lead-filled bopper this time. Very, very, very low quality. Limestone here, a little bit of flint there. See this too. Next to it. Let's see. chunky, crystally. It'll work though. This is all no good. This whole section here, there's only a line of good going through it. It only goes about halfway. So, I'll show a little bit of a comparison here. I mean, this has dirt on it, but you can see the smooth surface here and here. But if you look at this, and you see that one crack going through, that would flake off compared to this gray. And you can see the lines running through it. And you could see how this would not work too well for flint knapping. It would work for flint and steel, but this would be better for flint knapping. You can see it's two different materials. This one's gray-blue, this one's dark gray. Check this out. If you're out here and you find something that you're unsure of, the best way to test it is to take a corner off. So what I like to do is hold underneath and hit and look. If I can't tell from that, I'll take the whole corner off by hitting straight down. And I'll do that here. You see how this ledge is aimed like that? Like that. So what I'll do is I'll hit right in this ledge, like almost straight down, to test it. And not flint. Some kind of slate or shell. But that's the way I test it. Either that or I just snap the whole thing in half. Like that. As I was doing that, I glanced up here and saw something. There it is. Good piece of flint right here. Tumbled chunk. You don't even have to flake that to tell it's flint. I'm gonna leave this one though, it's tiny. Can't tell. I can't tell if this is good quality or not. Looks like no. It is okay. It's a rough flint, it's not fine-grained. So I'm going to take this piece. Let me test the other side. It's very rough.
Looks like limestone there, and
yeah, that's limestone.
you can see it kind of mixed in right here.
Yeah, so there might just be a little bit of flint in here. So I'm not going to take this piece of half of it as limestone. I'll just leave it. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to check in all the creeks and head west over the mountains, through the mountains, and I'm going to be looking for Onondaga chert. And that stuff smells like oil. And in my previous videos, I did find a few small pieces of that, but I never found any in the mountains here. So I'm going to see where that line starts as I'm just looking around. There's gray flint right here. Look at this. I've not seen this either, so I don't know what this is. Still a lot of limestone in there. Using a heavy bopper for this piece to try Let's see. Crummy piece. Try to use just a slightly bigger one. The way I have the camera set up, I'm trying not to hit the camera. It's rougher in there. Rough stone. Alright. See what we can do here. That's really, really rough. A lot of flaws in it here. Alright. See what we could do with this gnarly piece. It's super gnarly. Trying to get the curve out of things is always a pain, especially when you're working with something this little. It's not impossible, it's just a pain. So that it's not an incredibly small arrowhead. Here the legal hunting size is 7/8 of an inch. So as long as we don't break it with this crystal-y stuff in here, it should be good to go. But we'll just shape this a tiny bit. I know people love to see symmetrical points and all. But if you're hunting, it doesn't exactly need to be symmetrical. But I'll do my best for the video here with the stone that I have. It's going to be tinier than I want it to be. Be the same stuff. I don't know. High quality. Super smooth, super glittery, glossy. If I could find a big piece of that, that'd be great. I mean, if there's little pieces, there's big pieces, probably just like 3 feet down. Underneath all this stuff washed up. Keep looking. Found some more of that. This actually looks like higher quality. That gray stuff. Let's see what this side looks like. Yeah, I will take that piece. That's a good piece. That's probably a good piece right next to it. I'll take those. These are perfect for spear points and small knives. These will work great. It's got a little bit of limestone in it. The flint starts right here. You can see the line of where it starts. That's all limestone. So this would make a good knife, actually. That's a decent size. This is the highest quality I've found of this gray-blue stuff. So that's really exciting. I've been looking for this gray-blue stuff, and it's usually in small little pockets and not really able to be napped into a knife, arrowhead, a spear point.
There's another piece.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird shape with a lot of limestone.
Yeah, that's how we usually find it. It just is really chunky.
This is what I usually find.
But you have a
big
nice
pocket of limestone, chunky and small.
What you just found is like a nice slab of it.
Here's more. That's a good arrowhead size. Spear point. Okay, that is awesome. I really love when I find random flint like this. I'll keep looking. In my pocket. So I got a whole pocket full of flint here. With 15 minutes of walking around. It only took me 15 minutes to find all that good flint. Sometimes you come to a spot like this and you don't find anything at all. But you can't find it if you don't look. So look. I'm happy I did. I was just gonna leave, and I looked down and she found some actually. I don't see any more. I'll keep looking though. Here's a fossil.
What is it?
I think that's a fossil. I'm not sure. Yes, fossil. Some kind of worm. in the limestone. There's more up here too. Little tiny shells and stuff. More of the gray here. I'm looking for these flat, shiny surfaces. Nice. Yep. Taking that. In my pocket, there's a giant piece. Under this. Look at that.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Oh, nice.
Ugh.
There's some more
Yeah.
little one. And some chunks.
Yeah, I'm taking this. See what I could get out of it. It's an arrowhead. That's an arrowhead. And Leah carries the big rocks. There you go. Enjoy that. Spotted a good piece of the black point. Right here. Nice giant chunk.
Oh, I'm so glad we came over here.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
That's a keep. See, you can see this is limestone.
Yep.
And then that's the flint. That's pretty high quality. It does have some damage, but I'll be able to get lots of spear points and arrowheads out of this. Nice. You carry the big rocks. Here you go. Here you go. You got that? Muscles? Muscles. Not gonna go too much further here. So I see one more piece right down there. Right at the last little bit here. Always be careful coming down these. You don't want to twist your ankle. It's a pretty good piece. Pretty high quality. Pretty solid. I don't see many flaws. There's a bunch of limestone right here. Nice. All right. I have some acid reflux. Coffee did it. Okay, so I'm going to take these and I'm going to head out and I'm going to keep exploring and see what other different kinds of flint and chert I could find. Different colors, different material. All right. All right, so one of the problems that I've had is determining flint and high quality limestone, because it looks really similar, you know, especially if it's wet. So you just test the limestone and you can see how grainy that is. So that's super grainy compared to super smooth and shiny. This is not shiny, this is dull and grainy. You can nap it. It will work. It's very brittle, it's very tough. This stuff is very sharp and very shiny. Here's more. So again, it kind of looks like limestone. This might actually be Onondaga. Hold on a second. Hold on. That is not Onondaga. It looks like it though. That's what Onondaga kind of looks like, that white gray. But this is the same flint as this, it's just weathered differently. Okay. So I can't even move 2 feet here. I saw this, I was like, oh, limestone. I saw this, I was like, oh, limestone. And my foot hit it, and it's flint. It's a big chunk of flint. It's high quality flint. I'll actually show you how high quality this is. See, it looks like junk, right? You ready? You ready for this? You see what I mean? Super high quality. Okay. Fossil. Right there. Shells. So I have no idea on this creek here what I'm looking for, but I see a little piece of quartz in this rock. You see that? Just a little tiny nugget. And I have no idea, so I'm just gonna test whatever rocks look like they could possibly have something in it. Limestone. And I'm gonna test the different areas of the rock too, because that's all limestone. So this spot's going to be difficult to determine what's what if the limestone looks like that. Keep looking. I think that's a toilet pipe.
Ew.
That's probably what that is. Ew.
Oh, this weird thing. What is that?
That's a conglomerate.
What the heck? It's a weird stone.
See something that looks different here. It's pretty big. This looks like it might be a quartzite. Test. That's a quartzite. Keep looking. So I'm not finding a whole lot here. And I'm actually not too far from where I was at the other location where I found a lot. But here's limestone with flint in it. You can see a tiny bit of flint right there. All kinds of crud here. Limestone. So it's just little nodules of flint here. These stones here are good grindstones and hammerstones for flint napping, as well as like if you need to grind up roots or grind up other tools or grind slate. These cobbles will do very well. They're very rough, like sandpaper. Good for survival bushcraft tools. So there's also naturally shaped stones like this. If you really need to grind something, you could find a flat rock like that and start grinding into it. Eventually it'll make a hole, and then you have a mortar and pestle. And I've used these before for crushing dandelion root and such. And it works really, really well. Here's another one right next to it. Would work really well, like that. You could also peck a hole into this with another rock. Like if you just keep going like that, and grind a hole in there. And then as you start using this, it'll work really well. Found a little piece of tumbled glass. You can put that on a necklace. Pretty. Come up. Found a maybe right here. This is a probably not, actually. Not if it caves in like that.
It's just got some in there.
Got a little tiny bit of maybe, like right there. So, not so good at this location. A nugget of something. Don't know. Quartz. And quartz. Alright, I am driving about an hour west now. Not much in that creek at all. Little tiny nuggets. That's it. And I immediately saw stuff on the ground. I could already see there's workable stuff. Stuff you can use for flint knapping, for bushcraft, survival. It's flint, that'll make a spark, that'll make an arrowhead. It's really shiny. That's cool. Sparkles. Can you see that? So I'll take this piece. There's some right there, but it's not good. This right here is some kind of flint, but it's not good and has those crystal inclusions. But if you see stuff like this, then there's likely to be better around. So I'm going to poke around a little bit, look, and maybe try fishing over in that calmer area over there. There's been a lot of rain, so I don't know. Okay, so this stuff here, these little bounced around cobbles. If you're doing survival and bushcraft and you need a flint for your flint and steel fire starting, this stuff here is perfect. All you got to do is knock this piece off, or just take this, and that's good enough to hit your striker with, and that'll create sparks. This is all you need. You don't need much. You don't need a big piece like this. Got my steel striker here for flint and steel. A piece of flint that I picked off the creek here. Let's see if you can see the sparks. Just got a phone hook, but I'm not using that right now. one of the reasons, one of the many reasons that I come out here to look for this stuff is not only to make my stone tools, but it's also to look at stuff like this. Like, I don't have this kind of stuff where I originally come from. This is still really new to me, and I've been doing this for 15 years and I'm not used to it yet. I'm not used to seeing stuff like this. There's just a big rain, so this is way faster than it would normally be. And so far, today alone, I've seen an eagle on the side of the road eating something. I've seen a chipmunk, a wild tree squirrel. That thing was vicious. What else did we see? We saw so much already. We just woke up.
Groundhogs?
We saw groundhogs, 2 giant groundhogs. They looked very friendly. There was a woodpecker in the camp eating the trees. It was, well, not eating the trees, eating what was in the tree, but they were slamming their heads against the thing and making a lot of noise. But anyway, part of what I do is not just to find the Flint. It's also to enjoy nature and to enjoy being out here. And I want to show you more of that. I've shown you enough of this. You could go back through my old videos and how to identify this. But along the way, I am looking for this stuff, and I will show you if I find any, because it's still awesome. But for the most part, I just want to show you these areas that I come to and what is so exciting for me to be out here. And I'm sure it's exciting for you guys to see as well. So I'll share it. So I saw this right here. It's a grayish flint. It's tough. Wow. Hold on. Hold on. Bigger hammerstone. Okay. That is not working. So it's crystally. It's definitely crumbly. That's a whole brick of it. So if you can find something like that, that isn't so cracked, and it's more pure, you'll have a good block of flint. But along these mountain creeks and mountain rivers, you'll find all kinds of stuff that you could use. So what I'm trying to say is, really, I use this as an excuse to come to places like this. Like, it's flint. But, look at that. This is the excuse. This is what I use to come out here. This is my reason for being out here, but not really at all. Walked up and down this bank here, just looking real quick, and there is flint here, but it's got all kinds of inclusions, and it's not the best stuff, but it will flake like that. And that could be used as a tool, a hide scraper, whatever you need, like any kind of sharp tool. You could use that as a knife even if you need to cut something sharp. I kind of cut myself on it a little bit, but this material is not the best for flint knapping because of all these seams and cracks in it. It'll kind of just break the point if you're trying to shoot that on an arrow or throw it with an atlatl spear. This will just shatter when it hits something. This stuff is way better. This is the only good piece I found on this stretch, but I'm not like crazily looking. I just walked straight back just to see what this looked like and to see if there was anything here. I found this. I found this stuff. I'm not happy with it. This I'm happy with. That's coming home. I'm going to make a spear point out of that if I can. So I'm going to clip that in here, just me napping a spear point. We'll do that. Alright guys, very quick arrowhead from that stuff on the river. And I think there might be trout in here. It's been a lot of rain, so I don't know if they're here, but I'm going to try some fishing. I'll see if there's anything, I don't know. So I walked up further from the bank, and I'm finding more of this stuff up further. There's some right here. And that'll make a nice spear point. That's the same stuff. Just a little bit of a exploration day today. We just packed up from our campsite. We got in late last night. We camped up the road at a primitive campsite. I recorded a little bit of that. I'll splice it in here to show you. Alright guys, morning one. Poured out last night. We were up in here, right in that tent. And it rained so much, there's actually a little bit of water running down the road here still. First night is always a rough night. We got here, it was starting to get dark. We had to set up really fast. Did not really start doing anything yet. Just kind of got here and relaxed, went to sleep. I'll walk you through the site real quick. Let's see, look, there's literal running water. Yeah. Okay, so campfire, table, and tent, and that is it. This is a primitive campsite. There's nothing else. Not too bad. I like this site. I'm gonna mark this down. Leah is rolling up the tent. Getting ready to head out here.
Close.
He's looking. Oh. There it goes. Get the frog out of the campsite. Go away, frog. Alright, just wanted to fill in the blank spot there for you. All set? Next spot? Which way? That way or that way? That way? Okay. We're going that way. See you in a bit. I did some experimenting with that surprise chert and messed with one of the flakes. Came up with that. Sharp as heck. Indirect does not work too well on it. So I used percussion copper, indirect copper, moose antler, and copper nail, just in wood. And I worked on one of the flakes and just came up with that. Usable arrowhead, definitely will work. We'll experiment more. This one will go on a necklace. This is pretty. David Sane just bought a medium length flint knife. I just got some flint. I'll get right on that.
Nice.
We'll send you a little gift too. He's a Patreon patron. David. some pieces of flint that I've found in my other videos in rivers and creeks in the How to Find Flint series. I'm gonna nap these into arrowheads and spearpoints, see what I can come up with. This is it.
Did you find a giant piece?
Well, that's actually... I guess we'll see if this is waterproof. So, we said screw New York with all the rain that was going on. Canada's like right there. I smell something. You smell it?
What is that?
It's coming from... I know what that is. That's Wodobo beaver on a fire. And that's Woodbeard right over there. He's right over there.
We're gonna be eating tonight. Beavers in the smoke and the heat here. Ooh, that's hot.
Sup, Woodbeard? The Wooded Beardsman is one of my very good friends, and I did have plans to go up and visit him in Canada and look for some chert and flint up there, but the Canadian border was closed to essential travel only. There was signs everywhere, there were guards everywhere, so that needs to be put on hold. Anyway, we continued on our way past the Canadian border at this
point. Vertigo? Oh, come on. Oh my god. Okay.
Enfant d'Avantage. I think that's French. So, okay, I have no idea where I'm camping yet, and the sun is going down. Okay, guys, it is 9 p.m. It's dark now, but right as the sun was going down, I think I just found more chert. In Vermont. That looks very cherty. It's a little rough, but that's chert. And I got a few blocks of it to test.
We'll have to come back in the morning.
Yeah, we'll come back in the morning and take a better look at this. So I really got to dig into my tools to test that stuff. I'm pretty excited. I just found random chert in Vermont. Yeah, I gotta get into my tools. I gotta get that's some kind of fine-grained basalt. I don't know yet. I really have to crack it open and look.
We shall see.
Dark now.
See how it's got these little sparkly inclusions? It's weird. Alright, we're gonna test this.
So this is kind of shiny. Do you see that? I'll test right here first.
Is damage in there?
Damaged. That's a chert, though. That's a chert. Alright, let me try another piece. Yeah, that's chert. Try right here. That's chart. Cool. Okay.
What is it?
I don't know. I wasn't even here 5 seconds and I found some kind of chart. Like we literally just got here. That's chart though. That's nappable.
Yeah, we have to get back there tomorrow.
There's some dark red quartzite. This is basalt. There we go. Basalt. You can nap that.
It's really hard though, isn't it?
Yep. This is some of the hardest stuff to nap, but you can nap it. And I'm in Vermont, and I found this. That's an arrowhead size or a spearpoint size. Quartzite, super, super rough. It's probably going to be a lot of quartzite, and basalt around here.
Microfishing.
It looks like it is a chub. No? I don't know what it is.
What is it? Gonna use the ID app.
Yeah. Creek chub.
Creek chub.
Alright. It says creek chub. That's what he looks like. Sticky. Yeah. There you go.
What do you got?
Looks like some fine-grained basalt. Yeah. Nope, that's Flint.
Really? Wait. Come on, focus. There we go. Oh my gosh.
Black Flint
What?
in the middle of Vermont.
Huh. You know, I think I saw another piece like that further up. I'm gonna see if we can find it.
Taking that. Test this piece here. There's a nice little ledge I could smack on. That's actually the nicest piece I found.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm looking for the smooth ones. So this one looks like basalt, I think. It's a little coarser grained, but then these two are smooth. That looks smooth. I'll try it. Let's see. We try these?
This stuff too, but I think it's gonna be Flint. Maybe?
Is it? See, I think the salt on that, but maybe not. Try these three.
This is shell. Salt.
Is it basalt?
Yeah.
It's like super smooth though.
You want that bigger house, huh?
Yeah. It's hard to get into these cobbles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's basalt. It's probably also basalt. Hard time with this. Salt. Basalt.
So let me see what the flint looked like again then. See, it's that same smooth grain though.
I saw this from tumbling.
Yeah. See, those feel like the same to me. Oops.
That's basalt.
Yeah.
That actually looks like rhyolite, but it's basalt.
Hmm.
Okay. This is gonna be a shell. Yeah, shell. shale. No good. Flint.
Nice.
More black flint.
What's that doing here?
Good question.
Glacier?
Looks like cobbles, glacial cobbles. But that's 2 pieces on this little scratch. That is suspicious to me.
I missed it. What'd you get?
Chug. It's purple. Up. Up.
Cool. Oh,
Still more flint. Right here.
more flint?
Yep.
Huh.
I was gonna say that, if there was just 1 or 2 pieces, that would be like glacial cobble, but since there's more, there's gotta be an outcrop somewhere. This is it.
Did you find it?
Low quality.
So what do you think?
Definitely flinty. A little bit, but definitely flinty. Alright. Some crazy rain just came in. Oh, man. What? Yeah, I don't know how heavy this is going to be. I'm up in the mountains. I don't know what mountain storms are like, really. Well, that's shaking the whole tent. Man. I hear lightning. Huh? Wow. That's a lot of rain. I guess we'll see if this is waterproof. It's midnight, like 12:30 right now. I can't really see. It doesn't look like it's flooding out there or anything. Just record all of this. When you're in the mountains, I learned this in North Carolina. If you are near a creek and this happens, if you are at a campsite on a creek and this happens, I would move if I was you.
You should add a link to that video.
Yeah, I'll add a link to that video here, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna cut this here. I'll see you guys if anything else happens. Caught a few bluegill. That's the loons in the background making that sound. It's like 6 in the morning. Cool. Wanted to get that on camera. Just walking around the edge of the campsite here and found a little piece of flint. Some kind of gray flint. Might be a limestone. Flakes though. That's a chip I took off. Zoom you around so you can see what I got going on. Morning, guys. I'm along a creek here looking for flint. There's piles of rock everywhere. See something right there. That vein of rock going through the white, black. I'll point at it. Right there.
Oh yeah.
I see some other stuff I want to test. I have no idea. Let's try it. Nope. It would work, but it's very, very low quality. Hand me that piece.
It feels like flint.
Let's see. So this is also a good piece. It's very tough flint, which is good for what I use it for. Very similar. This is lower quality, this is higher quality, but both are good for what I use for. Samples from this creek here. So I got 2, it's enough for me, and I'm gonna head out. So the rounder ones are a little bit harder to get into because it's a tougher flint, but it's higher quality. Almost glossy. So this is the cobble. I just knocked the flake off for you. Incredibly pure stuff. It's kind of black gray. It comes in big boulders like this, big cobbles.
Did you get one?
Tiny bit windy. I am in the woods. Wild, wild forest. Let's see if I can make that come in a little better. There we go. So, this is why exploration is worth it. Been looking around quite a bit for somewhere that I wanted to camp. And I don't know what kind of trees these are. Maybe a spruce? It's not eastern white pines. It's got to be a spruce of some kind. I'll have Leah ID that for me, but this ground here is all soft. Super soft as I'm stepping on it. And man, that was a pretty long drive. So we got here and we looked around quite a bit and we did set up camp. I'm walking to it now. This is a pretty big area to explore here. I'm pretty excited. I have an inflatable boat. Inflatable boat. I gotta get a kayak. I just haven't been able to yet. But this water here, this all has moose on it. Apparently, I already heard some loons, and I saw one dove under the water or something. There's also some strange looking ducks. Ducks or something. Oh, I needed this. So, okay. I'm walking down to the campsite. There's nothing here at all. Like, at all. There's nothing. So, Leah is beat from looking up stuff and looking at directions and looking down. While I was driving, she was looking down at the phone trying to get a good spot here, doing some research and such. So I think she might be inside the tent, but I'm gonna at the last second here zoom you around so you can see what I got going on. All right. So, I'll do this slowly. make sure that, there we go. All right, so there's the tent. All right. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I got a good site. I'm gonna stay here for many, many days. We hung up our wet clothes from the rain. We got our solar panels set up here. The solar panel is amazing. It's just like a fold-up suitcase. It folds up. I'll show you in a little bit on that. And this thing will charge anything we have. Man. So, okay. Tent. Leah's in the tent. Stuff, camp stuff. And tackle box. Fire pit. Nature. Look at this. I got my pole set up. Look at this. There's freaking nothing here. Alright guys, I'm going to enjoy this a little bit. I'll be back soon. Upstate is awesome. Adirondacks are awesome. So I'm gonna go swimming in that. If it's not too cold. It might be too cold, I don't know. Alright, be back. Look at that. While I'm fishing here, like I'm literally in the mountain. Like, there's bears, so you should have bear protection or wild animal protection. And I don't know why people on alone don't have something like this. That's the first thing you should make. Some kind of spear, not just for hunting, but for protection. Spear is the oldest weapon known to man, besides just a rock that you throw. But everyone, you know, I always expected people on like the show Alone or Naked and Afraid to make a spear when they get into these situations. And I've only seen maybe 3 people do it. So, yeah, if you're going on Alone, you're going on Naked and Afraid, make a spear. Use a stone tip. If you want to learn how to make these, they're in my other videos. Come here. That one. That one.
What is it?
Looks like either... No, it's a red-eared shellcracker thingy. Not a big fish, but it's a fish.
It's pretty.
Mm-hmm. See if I can get this hook out of him. Let's see if I can do it like this without getting jabbed.
Aww.
Okay. I'll put him off the swim. Tried fishing until it got dark out. It is midnight. I didn't catch much. I got other stuff to do though, so. Okay. Have a good night, guys. I'm going to sleep. Good night. Good night. Alright. I am driving. Close the window. I am driving. It's starting to get dark. And I haven't picked a campsite yet, again. I was looking at freecampsites.net, and I'm not seeing a whole lot. A bunch of, like, Lowe's parking lots and stuff like that. So, I think I'm going to try to find a state forest that I could camp in. And we'll see. But it is getting dark, so I'm going to be just driving aimlessly in the dark. Okay, I'll check back in. Why is my nose red? It's not that cold. The heck? There is some cool places here and cool looking campgrounds, but they're all closed for the season. It's like start of November. I don't know why everything's closed. It's not that cold yet. Gas stations are open, but they have no coffee whatsoever. The one person said there is a coffee shortage. So, I'm in trouble. Okay, that's enough. Good morning. Day 3. Tired. It's literally a logging road. There's right there. And off these logging roads are little called primitive campsites. And this one has more than most usually do. It has a table. All along this logging road are these little primitive campsites with a picnic table and a fire pit. And you could stay here for up to 13 days. It's pretty cool. But I'm heading west more, so I'm gonna get back in the car and head out. I just wanted to show you what it looked like. It's literally just in the middle of a huge patch of wilderness with logging roads. The roads are clear. You could drive down them. They're really well kept because the trucks keep coming down. And they actually even have porta pots way in the back that I stumbled across. Alright, so I gotta get driving. I'll see you guys soon. So you can see how well taken care of the logging roads are here. It's literally, the name of the road is called Logging Road. Logging Road.
Logging Road 8.
Logging Road 8. Pretty cool. Sorry, I had the heat on. It's freezing. Yeah, there's a... here's one of the logging areas. Pull in here for a minute. They just leave them and pick them up, and they chop an area. Also, my Patreon people paid for this little dash cam. So now when I'm recording, well, when I'm driving and I see something really scenic that I want to put in the videos, or something very dangerous that I want to put in the videos, I just hit the enter key and it starts recording. So that's pretty cool. So thanks guys, I appreciate it. Frost. Just walking in the path here, and I'm seeing what looks like Flint. That's Onondaga.
Seriously?
Smell it. Right in the pathway.
You have to hit it again.
You don't smell it? Hold on. Here, smell that.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Smells like oil.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna keep
Right in the
this little
path.
piece. So,
Look, here's another one.
alright, so to explain this, I look on Google Earth for an area that has a lot of rock pouring out of any waterway, like a river or creek. And when you see that, it's worth investigating. But I also look at geology maps to see where Flint might be. So I look for limestone areas, because limestone usually has some flint in it. And as you see right here, this is limestone and flint. Now to explain this in the pathway, they make gravel out of limestone, but they don't care that there's flint mixed into the limestone, and they throw it along pathways or places people walk. So that's another thing to look out for. If you see flint in a pathway, or limestone even, like this right here, it's worth going and looking in a creek. There's a creek right there. So I'm going to walk over and check that out. So right here, I see a bedrock that actually looks like shale or slate. And across the way, it's definitely slate. But right here, this white rock, it looks like either limestone or flint. But that's holding the whole wall up, so I'm not going to touch that.
It's a little waterfall. And a ton of black walnuts. Sounds like a waterfall up there too.
It's right here. Right at the waterfall. This is definitely flint. Yep.
Whoa!
Yep.
Nice.
Let me see if it smells. It smells like creek mud. But that's a good flint.
Yes.
Yep. Cool. This is big enough to make a knife out of. That's a big chunk. I don't see any damage in it either. Just right here a little bit.
Nice.
Nice. Right here, look. So one of the reasons I probably found flint down there, because I'm not seeing anymore. If you look at the plants here in the water, they're all pressed down. And it looks like a big raging flood came through here. So, since I found it at the edge of the creek flowing in, the flint is probably that way. So I'll go look that way. I'm going to check a little bit more down here and then head out. Alright, you gotta do something, guys. Sniff it. Sniff this rock. Sniff it now. Smell that? It smells like trash oil. It's wonderful.
So weird.
Black walnut. So this, as far as I know, is not Onondaga. It's more of like an esopus. I don't know how to pronounce it. This stuff will work just as good. And this is a huge freaking score for me. That's a knife by itself. I could make that into a nice knife. But I really want the smelly stuff. There's the smelly stuff. So like for years now, I've only been finding pieces this big. I want to find something this big out of the smelly stuff. I don't know why I can't find it. Nice and sunny today. How you guys doing? Gonna be napping some of the stuff, the mystery stone that I found in New York. It's kind of blue-gray, sparkly. Went right over here, right on the logging road side here, and came across this. It's all split in half, and it's all flint. This whole chunk is flint. It's not very good flint. It's very flaky, cracked, in cubes. And somebody's been whacking at it. I think what happened was they were looking for rocks for the fire ring because all this stuff is along the whole fire ring. Funny. It's got a lot of damage in it. If there's anything here that isn't entirely damaged at all, it's all damaged. I mean, even deep inside the rock, you could see it's cracked and crumbled in cubes. I forget the term for when it fractures into cubes like that. So that's interesting. The whole top layer there is flint. Alright. I'm not sure if I'm staying at this one or not. Let's see this here. That's the flint. In the fire pit, it's burned. There's some more. And they burned a hammock or something. Alright. We'll look around some more. Start of day 3 here. You got everything packed in the back. Slept in the primitive campsite again, and I have kind of given up the quest for the Onondaga that smells because there's not really creek access up where that stuff is here. So I know where a source is, I just can't get to it right now. So that's going to be a future episode. As of right now, I'm going to continue looking around to see if I can find any different kinds of chert and exciting locations. Look at this, they put a big X in the sky. Look at that. What are they doing?
That's where you go. X marks the spot.
X marks the spot. So, they boarded up the sulfur spring. You could still hear it. Ugh, it smells, man. It still really stinks, even with the Yuck. Alright. So that's disgusting still. I forgot how disgusting that was. It's been a while since I've been here. Just I had the same exact reaction when I was here last time. I got that on video too. Opened 1820. Man, this thing really stinks. That hotel across the way says vacancy. Wonder why it says vacancy. Okay. So now that I'm away from that smell, oh man, I'm not going back there again. I'm not revisiting that anymore. No, that's a bad time. Alright. I am going to go look for some diamonds or something. Diamonds and flint. We'll see. So, middle of the farms and I just see this sticking out of the trees. What the heck? Let me go see what that is. That's odd. So, cool. So, it's a monastery and a Russian history museum. I'll just walk around a little bit. Wow. Inside the temple grounds here. Crazy. Just gonna look around a little bit. Look at that. Alright, I'm actually just gonna walk around a little bit here and wow. This is really surprising here. Just saw this sticking out of the farms in the distance. Crazy. So this is an active church and monastery here. I'm unsure if I want to peek my head in or not. Oh wow. Alright, so I just took off. It's right there. So, alright, so I did not go in. It said to enter, I have to request assistance, and I think I had to like be properly dressed or something to go in. I'm not sure. So I just bailed. Interesting though.
What'd you find?
Flint.
Oh, look at that.
I saw this little piece. Like that grayish. It's not on a daga.
It's got like banding.
Yeah, it's like
What
green,
color?
gray, blue.
That's cool.
Wow. I've not seen this kind before. So mixed in with the limestone. That's a really, really high quality flint. In my pocket. Mine. Alright, so now I know what I'm looking for. So this looks a little different.
Oh, wow.
White flint.
Look at that.
I'll take a flake off.
It's like freeze damaged in size a little bit.
Yep. That is super high quality, though it's just damaged. If I take another flake off, it might look a little better. So white flint in New York. That's more damaged up there, but it's the chalky stuff.
Cortex.
Yep. I'll put these flakes in my pocket. There we go. Okay, coming with me. So that's two different kinds on this in the same general area here. Okay. I found this here. I saw that little bit of shiny. I took a few hits, and it's like a super high quality quartzite. I did want to try over here where the color is. Yeah, there's flint in there.
Nice.
Cool. All different kinds here. Keep looking. Got two pieces here. Got this, which is definitely flint, but it's not such high quality. That is flint. It's just damaged. Let's see if I could get this piece off. Cool. That's a weird looking flint. There we go. Yeah, flint with damage. There's not seem to be an awful lot here, but I did find some here. It's small pieces, small cobbles of extremely high quality stuff. I wonder which way it's coming from. The river's flowing that way, so it's probably coming from up there. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot here. Keep looking now. That looks like a limestone to me, but it's a lighter gray limestone. Yeah, it's a limestone. Very, very high quality limestone though. Let me try another section. No, this is actually flint. This tricked me. This is flint. It's just the same color as the limestone. So that's 3 different varieties right here. Huh. Crazy. Smells like gunpowder. Smell it? Gunpowder. Alright, my pockets are getting full. I'll try another piece because of that last piece of flint that looked like limestone. Limestone. Limestone.
It looks the same on the outside.
Yep, looks the same as the other stuff, but this is limestone.
Hmm.
One of the ways I've been able to tell limestone is these weird ripples in it, as well as it's just super grainy. So I've been doing this for days now, just looking at this. I'm starting to get rock blind again. I can't tell what's what, and when I look up, everything's moving all weird. Like, if anybody's wondering what this is it's a ferro rod and a little piece of ceramic, and it's made by Wazoo Survival Gear. And what you do, I'll show you. Pull this down, then you take this and you can start a fire with it. So that's an awesome bit of survival gear that you could get for yourself from Wazoo Survival Gear. Go check that out. I'll put the link somewhere, like here or down in the comments or in the description or something. I don't know. It's a fun little thing. I always start fires with it, and it's fun. I like it. Yep. I just don't want to leave because I would love to make something big out of this kind of stuff. That is really pretty. Okay. Onwards. Alright, so I found the only place in this section of the state that has any kind of coffee. So I got 2 of them. I got a headache. So, caffeine and Tylenol. Sun's going down. I found some promising locations today, but I need to look into them more. There is some creeks around here that I could get down to, but they are flooded, so I can't see anything in them right now. I'm gonna look for some roadside stuff, I think. We'll see. As of right now, the sun's going down, and I'm not sure where to go. Zoom you around so you can see what I got going on. Morning, guys. I'm along a creek here looking for flint. There's piles of rock everywhere. See something right there? That vein of rock going through the white, the black. I'll point at it. Right there.
Oh yeah.
I see some other stuff I want to test. I have no idea. Just try it. Nope. It would work, but it's very, very low quality. Hand me that piece.
It feels like flint.
Let's see. So this is also a good piece. It's very tough flint, which is good for what I use it for. Very similar. This is lower quality, this is higher quality, but both are good for what I use for. Samples from this creek here. So I got 2, it's enough for me, and I'm gonna head out. So the rounder ones are a little bit harder to get into because it's a tougher flint, but it's higher quality. Almost glossy. So this is the cobble. I just knocked the flake off for you. Incredibly pure stuff. It's kind of black gray. It comes in big boulders like this, big cobbles. Okay, I'll put them off the swim. Tried fishing until it got dark out. It is midnight. I didn't catch much. I got other stuff to do though, so. Okay, have a good night, guys. I'm going to sleep. Good night. Good night. So, I'm just taking a little walk because I'm in the middle of a full-blown panic attack. My pulse is probably like 120 right now. Feeling like I can't breathe. So this keeps happening to me. This is part of the problem I'm having with the thyroid issues that I've talked about in my other videos for a few years now. And one of the reasons I haven't uploaded is because I keep having to deal with stuff like this. And I went to a pain management specialist, and he said that it's costochondritis and fibromyalgia. which I completely disagree with. I don't think it's that at all. It's probably the costeochondritis, because it hurts to touch sometimes, but it feels like it's connected to my neck. It's hurting my chest. So the reason I'm having a panic attack is because when I get this pain, it feels like what I would imagine a heart attack feels like. And again, I've been getting this for years now. Go to the hospital, I get EKGs, I get cardiologist checkups, and everything you could think of, and they're like, oh no, nothing's up. They're like, your thyroid's a little wonky. I'm like, no shit. So, I just have to stop every now and then. I guess the camera is, okay, yeah, the camera's there. So I just have to stop every now and then and try to tell myself that the pain is not anything dangerous. It's just pain. It's scary pain, but it's not dangerous. So I'm gonna keep doing this and just try to chill for a few minutes. But yeah, this thyroid stuff is no fun. It puts me out of commission for a while every now and then. So if some of you are wondering why I don't upload so often, that's why. I'm in and out of doctor's offices and specialists and all that, but when I can do these big trips like this, record as much as I can, and really helps. These trips really help my spirits. So just wanted to let you guys know about that. I know some people have been asking for some kind of health update, so I guess I'll throw this in. This is me in a panic attack. I used to actually faint from this. I faint like that, just out. But that was also the thyroid. Before I had my thyroid out, it was producing too much suddenly, and I would pass out. But now I just get these stupid-ass panic attacks that really scare me.
Plate and then stone that's not so great for napping. Hell yeah! Hooray! Is it a brook trout?
Yeah.
Oh, look at
I
his
believe
spots.
so.
Are you happy?
Yes.
You got the trout, finally.
Yes. Oh. About time. I'm gonna eat them. That's my first wild brook trout. I've caught stocked fish before. That was totally different. That was awesome. I caught 3 of them. Well, I hooked 3 of them. 2 of them flopped right off because I don't know what I'm doing. But I've caught rainbows before, and I've caught brown trout before, but I believe they were all stocked. But that's my first wild. I'm going to say that's my first wild mountain trout.
Hell yeah. High five.
Awesome! Awesome. He's tiny, though.
Hey, whatever.
Alright, back to camp. So now I just want to catch one on the fly or on the spinner, because I always catch stuff on live bait, and I really need to learn how to catch it without live bait. That worked, and I said I wasn't going home until I caught one. I caught one, but I'm going to stay longer because I can and because I want to. But that's pretty much every goal of this trip that I set for myself completed. Good.
Happy 40th birthday.
Yep. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them I'm 40. Turned 40 on July 19th.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you. Alright guys, I set very little, well, I set some pretty big goals for this trip actually. And every single one I managed. Even though it's a tiny brook trout, I said I wanted a brook trout on this trip, and I got it. So I did it. I got a new source of Flint. I got an amazing campsite. I got my fish. I don't know what else to ask for here. Everything's freaking wonderful. Alright, I'm gonna cook this up to get it going. Back in a bit.
He's got that fire going really quick. And he's got the local protein as well. A little brookie with beautiful red spots. Look at that. What a nice fish. Thank you, fish.
So he's actually tiny bit greasy still. I think he's good to go. Cook it a little extra just to be safe. And there's gonna be little bones in here, I'm guessing. And try some of the tail too. That is really, 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 really good. I'm gonna cook them a little more. Crunchy. Let's see, did I cook them right? Well, that broke. There we go. Looks like I cooked them perfectly.
Nice.
Yes, look at that. Excellent. Excellent meat.
Oh, that looks good.
This whole spine is out. Taste this little morsel. Thank you for the meal, little brook trout. I'm gonna put it right in the fire. I'm not gonna eat the eyes like Woodbeard does. I'm just not right now at least. Okay. Little sacrifice. Thank you. Tastes good. I got my little project table from, I don't know, a week ago. And it's still holding up. Got my food on it, got my cheese on it, got my adobo on it. And eat a little brook trout. That is freaking delicious. Wow. I wish I caught a bigger one.
Have you tried the skin?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. I really wish I caught a bigger one. This is delicious.
I guess we'll just have to go back tomorrow and catch like 10 more.
That's a wild meal. That's tasty. Hopefully I got all the bones. Looks like yes. Oh, little crunch.
Calcium.
So, I don't know if the skin's supposed to be cooked more. Still a little So I'm even going to eat the guy's skin. That reminds me of something. It reminds me of something. Wow. I did not char it. It's still... That is good. That is good. Mmm. Yep, need more of that. That fish is gone. I left a little bit for Leah to pick up. Mountain ice water. Same thing, it's got that same char right here. That's chart. Cool. Okay.
What is it?
I don't know. I wasn't even here 5 seconds and I found some kind of chart. Like we literally just got here. That's chart though. And hope to do some fishing today, but right now I'm checking out a location that might have chert and flint that I could use to make some stone tools. So I just came on this trail here past these really huge cliffs, and there is some chert up here, small pieces. That piece isn't so good. Looks like there's just a little bit right in this area. Little tiny things. Gray. Cool. Check this out. See the little shells?
I'm just going to push this a little bit further and see what's down here before we head out. Tiny bits of chert in the gravel, and this is a crazy gorge. That is awesome. Not really seeing too much chert at all. Just some mixed in with the gravel and out of reach. Thanks.
So I was looking at the stuff that was right here.
Yep.
And somebody's recently been hitting on this. There's copper mark right there. I don't know if you could see it. Somebody's been hitting this with a copper rod. There's a few pieces, but I don't really see where it's coming from. But there is flint here. I mean, somebody was whacking it recently. But it should look like that. It's probably over there somewhere. But there's crazy cliffs right here.
Oh my god, the chipmunk.
Chipmunk almost fell.
Oh my god, the chipmunk.
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 Chipmunk. Almost fell.
Whoa, dude, be careful.
He's hyperventilating. You see
I
him?
bet he is. You're okay, dude.
Come on.
Here, let me get out of your way. No,
No,
don't go,
no,
don't go that way. Oh my god, he jumped again.
Where is he? Is he okay? Get on the freaking ground, dude. So that cliff is like straight down for hundreds of feet. Where that chipmunk almost fell. Maybe you could see right here. There's rock face going straight down. Here's more. This is just laying in the trail here. So I need to correct something. Usually I say chert because that's the correct term for this stuff. But for the video, I'm gonna say Flint so that the algorithm picks up that looking for Flint. But it's chert.
But it's Flint. But it's chert. But it's Flint. But it's chert.
Just because I get so many comments saying it's not Flint, it's chert. It's like, I know. So right here there's a dip in the ground and there is a line of chert outcrops this way, so this might be an old quarry pit. Looks very similar to the ones at Flint Ridge State Park, where they're dipped in the ground like that, where they were trying to pull out the flint. I don't know though. I don't see any leftover rock, but that's really interesting to me. Alright, so didn't find too much down here. Not really seeing an outcrop or anything. I walked down that way some and it's just shale limestone. That way is a dead end and I'm not seeing it. So I think I'm just gonna head back to where I was camping. Still just relaxing. I haven't started the Flint trip yet. But yeah, if somebody's watching and they nap this stuff in here, let me know where it is exactly. It's probably in that brush. But yeah, let me know. I found one more piece of flint in that thing. Alright, so we saw Crazy Gorge back that way, right there, and some huge cliffs. Saw a chipmunk almost fall. And I guess that's it for here. Nope. So it's a year later, and that anarchist heron is still here. He still doesn't give a crud about human rules. There's an anarchist beaver there too. Yeah, I've learned my lesson about sticking my head in caves in the middle of nowhere. I was reading some of the pamphlets on what to do if the bear is aggressive. The thing it said was, don't toss it food. This will create future problems. I'm pretty sure if you're being mauled by a bear, you're not going to be concerned about causing future problems. I'm not an expert on bears, but I'm pretty sure that if a bear attacked me and I had a banana in my hand, I would throw the banana. I'm just kidding. I don't want to read in the newspaper that somebody threw a bear at a banana and got murdered.
Threw a bear at a banana.
Throw a banana at a bear and got and got murdered. Don't throw a bear at a banana. That won't. Do we have bananas? And they actually closed the whole lake with electric storm warnings. They told everybody to take shelter. So I was like, screw that, I'm gonna go look for Flint at the creek. So we're at the creek. You can see it from here.
How about this thing? Is that limestone?
Limestone. Right, I remember it was just like this here.
Yeah, just in the cobbles. There's some. Have you tried did you crack into this?
No, I'll try it. Need a hammerstone though.
Hammerstone. Hammerstone. Little guy? There you go. There you go.
This is like concrete. I can feel it's like concrete.
How do you know where to approach, like, to get in?
Look for something that's hanging off and see if you could knock that off. I don't think I'm going to be able to on this because it's just...
It looks very dense.
I mean, it's concrete. Let's split the hammerstone. Look what it's doing to it. Called it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Not worth it? No.
It's just such a small vein going through it. The rest of the rock is impossible. So in this big rock here, the light gray is limestone. You can see those little nodules sticking out, the shiny ones. That's flint. So there's two veins in that limestone. One is darker, it's very weathered, and the other one is actually not good flint at all. The lighter, dull color, it's very dull. See how the black is shinier than the gray? The black is better than the gray. If you see the really dull flint, it's not so great. So on my previous flint trip, this is one of the first places I stopped where I found the Isopus. And one of the things I wanted to say about this is if you revisit a place like a creek or a river or anywhere that's moving water, it's constantly turning over rocks and moving things downstream. So it's always going to be different every time you come back. So it's just always worth, wherever you're at, if you see some in a river, keep checking back. More gets brought downstream and rolled over, and it's always changing. So. It'd be harder to see with this mud on top of everything.
Yeah.
So I was hoping to find some stuff here. I mean, I found a little bit small, and the lightning's starting to come in, so I'm gonna get out of here. See how long the storm lasts. Maybe we could get back out today for a little bit. But I'm not seeing a whole lot here. I mean, it's really tiny to begin with. There's the rain. Look at that cloud. So the weather can't really decide what the heck it's doing. So I brought my rod down here. I'm in a different creek. It's gonna just try fishing a little bit. Maybe look for some stuff along here. Got one. Got fish. Little guy. What is it? Little smallmouth? Okay.
This chart over here. Yes. And this.
Okay.
Not sure. There's more. Huh. So that's some. There's some. There's some.
It's nice out even though it's drizzling.
And the rain is back. Here it comes. It's just tumbling out into this riverbed. Here comes two more.
Out of the wall here.
Yeah. I don't know if I can get up there. Alright, here it comes.
Pretty big. Let's take that piece. You okay up there?
I'm good.
Can you get down? You good?
I think I'm good.
Okay. Show off your prize. Looks pretty good. Looks good to me.
Yeah, I knew this one was supposed to be a good one.
Good job, Leah. Look at that. Look at that. That's Flint. Not sure what kind of Flint. Huh. Cool. Good job. You did it.
I'm a mess.
Yep, that's flint.
Seems pretty hard.
It's tough flint, but it's flint.
Found a
Close
good
piece.
few pieces, I think.
It's also flint. This is definitely flint. I'm not going to test that. Yep, flint.
Oh wow. I mean, it's got some damage in there, but
Yeah. Take that. So we'll take these then. These two are a no-go. Look at that. Still haven't started the flint trip yet.
caught 2 fish.
Yeah.
Caught some flint.
Try a little more.
While he's fishing, I'm gonna keep looking. It's like a treasure hunt. It's gonna be hard to see anything because it's all covered in mud. Can't tell if it's limestone. So that was not a chart, but this looks like it might be. Let's take a look. Looks charty. It's pretty smooth. It's a big old maybe. Probably. I'm looking. Not really seeing too many things. A lot of limestone. That's about it. Really pretty creek bed though. So, I'm gonna go a little bit further, and if I see anything good, I'll let you know. Man, it is peaceful here. So how you doing?
Got a few more little nibbles, but nothing's really biting anymore. Really pretty though. Sun came out. Kind of that. Same kind? Did you test it?
No. That is for you to test.
Okay. I'll test it. Test this piece Leah found. I do not know. It looks like the other stuff, but it's hard to tell when it's this color. Flint. Black flint. Look at that. Leah found awesome flint. Good job, Leah.
Right.
Oh man, look at that though.
It's a good flake.
It's a little knife. Cool.
It's so pretty here.
I'll put this in with the others. Look at that though, jeez. What is this? Smells like mud. There you go. There's even a rainbow here with a bird flying past it. I really love this place. Wow. My hook got snagged. I lost it, so I'm gonna head out of here, but we found one more piece of trout here. Let's see, I'll show you. Come on. Wow. It's definitely church. She's tough. There we go. Cool. All right, heading out. Book where Dennis Stanford butchered the elephant with stone tools. Not sure yet though, but I think it is.
Is that where they were trying to test out the stone tools to see how they worked on mammoth?
Mm-hmm. Yep, they were using an elephant instead of a mammoth. So I'm looking in this book here, and it's showing end scrapers, which are they were used to scrape wood, bone, and hides. Now, I used in my chipmunk skinning video to turn a chipmunk into a fur. I used a small one on the chipmunk too, to scrape the fat off and to make sure that there's nothing that will rot on the skin before you tan it. I've not made one of these on camera yet. I would like to film making an end scraper. You know, usually I do the arrowheads and the spearpoints, but I would like to get into the other stone tools and the other primitive technologies that was used by people for 12,000, 13,000 years.
So you mentioned experimental archaeology, which is what they were doing when they cut up the elephant using stone tools.
Mm-hmm.
And why would they do that?
When you're doing experimental archaeology, you're experimenting and trying to find out what these, because when you find these tools, all that you find is the stone. You don't find what was connected to the stone. You don't find, most of the time, especially in the Northeast, you don't find what the stone was used on. So in experimental archaeology, you're trying to figure out how the stone tool was used in history. So I know an archaeologist who does use-wear analysis, and if you look on here, you see these edges here that are napped, they are flaked. You'd say, so they took an antler and touched that all up to sharpen it. Now the use-wear analysis shows where it was used and dulled. Like how when I use my stone knives on video, they get dull. You could see where it dulled on the tool, and that helps determine like what it was used for. You could tell if it was used on bone or wood or on meat, because a meat or a hide will polish the edge, whereas a bone will crush the edge really bad, and the wood will just add more chipping and dull it. So I think since I found such a small piece of flint at the creek before, that maybe I will show how to make an end scraper. It'll look like that. So stick around after we're done eating, and I'm gonna go fishing a little bit. I'm gonna drag her down to the lake. I gotta go to the lake. After that, I think I'm gonna make one of these. It's an end scraper. Now, on archaeological sites, especially Paleo-Indians, these were really abundant, and they really needed these to work, to shape their tools, to make their clothes and their hides, like heavy jackets and whatever they needed to survive the Ice Age was super important. It's like a multi-tool. So I'm going to show you how to make that, I think. So stick around. After I fish, I'm going to show you how to make a scraper. That's good. Okay. Fishing. I'm going to just try to fish for a little bit and take it easy. See if I catch anything. So one of the things about this lake is it's crystal clear. The other thing about this is when the sun is above, just coming straight down, this water is bright blue. Looked like somebody photoshopped a ridiculous colored blue on the lake. She's recording underwater shots. There's a rainbow trout down there apparently. I'm not getting any bites, surprisingly, but I'm enjoying it. She's pretty far out and it's shallow, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll get something.
That was awesome. Check out the sunset.
Not even a nibble. Back at camp, and I'm having some chunky salsa. Chunky salsa. Learned this from West Trout. It'll take a minute to ignite. Check out that chip. Looks like it burned for a while. They're good fire starters.
Is that because of the oil?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. So I didn't have the tent cover on and it started raining and it hit me right on the back of my neck and my back while I was sleeping, and it freaked me out. That was freezing cold rain, so I started yelling to Leah, get the thing, and she just started freaking out and screaming. She went, ah, what, ah, like that. But I think I yelled pretty loud. Okay, I'm going back to sleep. Good night. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm fishing stuff. I'm gonna try to catch something before Leah wakes up. I like getting up early because there's usually absolutely nobody at the water. Hopefully I'll get something. A little bit wavy today. No, still no luck in here. Guess I'll try the, there's a creek around the corner behind me. And then there's another pond over there that I'm gonna try. I think I would catch anything. Check this guy out. There he is. Alright, gonna toss him back. That's pretty cool. I caught him right in here on that bridge. Cool. First fish. Tiny guy. First fish. Yeah. So last night, I talked about making an end scraper today. So I'm going to show you how I do that. If you're into primitive technology, primitive skill, you're definitely going to want to know how to make one of these. One of the things you want is a pretty thick piece of flint, because your end scraper has to be a very thick flake with steep edges. So I got this yesterday while I was looking around for flint. And this is a good piece because how flat this is, it'll make it easier. If I hit in right here, I should be able to get this whole flake off. So what you want to do is support this really strong, squeeze, and you find a ledge that's going to provide a very steep, thick flake. What I'm going to have to do is just break off these corners, and it should be about that wide. Try to be very gentle. Just to shape the back end. So what I was just doing was shaping the bottom end, because the back end is usually thin and then with that steep ridge at the top. Now if you compare here, it's getting pretty close. So I'm just thinning this a little. I'm gonna use a indirect method. Alright, so now we got the basic shape. Take an antler and push in and flake down. How I pop the flake off there. And then they would do the next one. All the way across. Where I put those flakes across is a flat edge. And that's what you want. Now it's sharp. So we took this flake off here. You could see where it met up. And that's kind of the angle you're looking for when you make these. When it peels up like that, you have that working edge for the hide scraping. You could use it on wood. You could use it on bone. You could use it on hides. These were one of the most important pieces of a Paleo-Indian toolkit from 12,000, 11,000 years ago. You might think it looks very unassuming and small, but this is one of their most important tools. This is how they kept themselves warm. This is how they made their clothes. This is how they shaped their tools. And this is called a end scraper. So thanks for sticking around, watching us create this primitive survival tool. We'll be making more stuff like this and demonstrating how it works and why it works. And stick around. Hit that sub button, hit the thumbs up, and hit the bell icon so that you get notified when I upload, because a lot of people aren't seeing it. You miss out on stuff like this. See you guys. Blocks of what looked to be flint, and that is flint. This is definitely flint, and that is good flint. Very, very cool. The whole pile right here. That is shocking. Alright, I'm going to keep looking around. So all of this right here is flint, but it's very, very tough flint. Cool. Let's test this piece. Just for the heck of it. That is good flint for sure. Cool, cool, cool. Looking at this big chunk here, I don't know how the quality is, but it seems pretty big. It looks like it goes down pretty deep, and I don't have any digging tools with me. That is Flint. Wow. Let's test right here. Look at that. Success. Randomly found Flint. This time just in the woods. This is a good 50-pound block here. And a worm.
No, it's a salamander.
Is it? That's a salamander?
You see him?
Oh, I didn't mean to mess with your house, dude. Alright, he's crawling back into the wall. Cool. What I'm gonna do is try to find a place on here that I could hit and start taking flakes off. The way I knew this was flint was the smoothness of it and just seeing some pieces that fractured off. So we'll get started on this, we'll give it a try. I have a few in case it fails. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna hit on these edges. Like this. That by itself could be an arrowhead. Alright, so we took off this mass right here. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep trying to thin it. keep these. Could sharpen them up, use them. It's getting thinner and thinner. Now this stuff is not glossy, glassy. I think it's a New York chert that they blast away in the limestone. And I'll keep working at it. So I'm gonna flip it over now on this edge and get to the lower points to take flakes off this side now. We were taking flakes off that side. There we go. We'll keep that. Shape it down a little bit. All right. So now we got a biface, just about. Have to thin the base. And to do that, I'm going to grind down on all sides, just to strengthen the edges a little bit so that when you hit them, they don't just turn to dust. If you grind them like this, it makes them a little stronger. I should probably start down at the bottom when I do this. Alright. I'm gonna do indirect under the knee. Alright, so we're gonna rest this on the edge and hit with an antler. Use a moose antler. So this is the same thing as what I was doing before, just with a direct line, more precise. So like I could line up right here where I made that mark, and it knocks the flake off in a straight line most of the time. We're just going to do this all the way around. Try to thin it more. You see here it's some really rough stuff, so it's going to be difficult to thin this, but we'll be able to do it. Getting a rough shape now. There we go. This is some interesting material. It's kind of glimmery. Does have limestone in it, all this. So we'll try to get rid of some of that. crummy. So I made this edge low here at the base, and I'm going to try to get rid of this bunch of limestone. So I'm going to grind down. I'll grind all edges just in case. So what I'm going to do is use a smaller bopper, smaller, and aim at that low point there on this ridge. See that bump? We'll see if we can get rid of that. I hold real tight right on the line, and then I'm going to hit into the stone. Not straight down, but into the stone. Went right along that first line and thinned it. And that is limestone. And we're going to need to do that on the other side as well. Alright. Bug. So same thing, just grind it down. Get to the low point. So it's straightening out now. I gotta be careful with this limestone stuff because it's usually pretty weak, but it looks like we're past the worst of it here. So I'm going to switch back to my indirect. Alright. Go. Getting there. I think this is going to be a pretty point if it survives. Okay. Doing a pretty good job at thinning it. So this is the point where you want to be really careful because you don't know how sturdy the rock actually is if it's gravel. So I'm going to hit right on this corner, not straight into the base, but at an angle. So I'll be hitting right into here in this direction. Still a little thick. I'm gonna take some off this side. That worked. All right. I have the biface now, preform. It's still a little thick there. Let me try to get some of that off. So it's thick here. I'm gonna hit this edge. Alright, so this is about the size I would use on my arrows to make sure they are sturdy. Okay, I'm gonna say this is good enough. I'm gonna grab my deer hide. This deer hide here was actually a deer my uncle killed over 40 years ago. So this deer hide is older than me. All right. So now we're just gonna sharpen it and shape it by pressure flaking. Same process, just pushing flakes off. And just sharpening and thinning the edge, shaping the point. Keep shaping it. Just shaping the tip. This stuff is crumbling a little bit. It's not as sturdy as I would like because of the limestone in it. This stuff is interesting to me. It's like a glossy, not glossy, but glimmery. I don't know if I could show it on camera. It's got little sparkles in it. It's black. Strange. Actually just going to try to thin this just a little more. And what I'm going to do is grind the edge here, flip it over, and use the indirect. I'm going to push in, hit down. You can see the dust coming off of this. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. It causes something called silicosis. It's not too nice. Okay. could see the pattern on there going straight across. This stuff is really hard to thin, but the point out of this material, hunting point, would have been that thick. Around here at least. So, we're just gonna finish sharpening it, put some notches in it, and then it's good to go. I mean, this came from something like that. Just a little piece of driveway gravel. I serrated this edge a little bit, makes it really sharp. This ear is a little off, so I'll fix that. Make the notches go just a little deeper. Yeah, that looks good. Put a little needle tip on it. Now you can put this on an arrow or a spear and hunt with it. I am busting my. You guys watch this whole thing. Right, full stop if you do. Let me know you watched all this. It's hard work. Whew, okay. We didn't even start the damn Flint trip yet. Stuff, adventure bag, fishing poles, and a bunch of stuff in the back. Just gotta load up the clothes, the camping stuff, the tent, and then we'll probably get to our campsite at like 9 tonight. It took all day to get ready. Guys, I just got to the camp here. I'm really tired. I'm exhausted. I had a long drive. So I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm gonna go to sleep. Have a good one. So, we left last night at 7 p.m. and I wasn't going to start the Flint trip yet. I was going to go camping for a few days just to relax. We got to the first campsite and it was full, so we tried to sleep in the car and I was just really uncomfortable and really ramped up, I think because I had some of her super coffee. But I couldn't sleep, so she was just about asleep, just falling asleep. I was like, come on, let's go. I'm looking for rocks. So I stopped at this creek here. We drove over that bridge. saw our way down here, and I figured I would stop because I thought there might be something in here. I'm looking along and I see a lot of the sandstone stuff. What's this? Looks like it'll flake. Give it a try. Look at that. Some kind of black flint. I'm not sure what that is. I'll keep that though. One for the effort at least. Interesting black flint. I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna have to look into this area and see if I could get a name. This is like a wide, shallow creek, and there's a bunch of crows out there. It's a really pretty spot. Any fish in there? So this here is called lady's thumb. This plant here. And it's related to a plant. It's called smartweed, and Paleo Indians 12,000 years ago used it as a spice in their food. Peppery. So I have not found smartweed anywhere yet. This is still lady's thumb. But when I find some smartweed, I'm going to try it and taste it. Limestone. This is a good sign. There's stuff around. This is a piece of limestone. And usually when you find limestone chunks like that, there is flint nearby. So, somewhere around here. Maybe up there. Washing down. Here's a piece. Thin piece. So, limestone, flint, chert. I'll show you on the edge here. See how shiny that is there? This would be good for like a flint and steel. If you have the steel, you could hit this against it, it'll create a spark.
So this is kind of fun. This plant is actually called knapweed, and one of its medicinal uses is to stop bleeding. It's got these very distinctive little flower heads.
I'm tired. I didn't sleep yet. It's like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. Don't really know where I am. Pretty mountains, and I don't know.
Good morning, sunshine.
I'm not lost. Nope. Which was way back? Oh. So this is literally the only piece on this whole stretch. I walked all the way down to that bridge and the old hotel there. That's haunted, by the way. There's people watching me from the top window. It's empty. Not really empty, but it's empty. Spooky. This stuff here is very similar to this, if you look at it. See how the outside's very similar? But then this up here is called, I don't know how to pronounce it, chalcedony. And that I've not found around here anywhere. So that's a first.
Cool.
It's white.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's usually kind of translucent, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, let me, here's another piece right here. This is the, that stuff though. Let's just check this. Not Onondaga. Okay. I'm gonna take a little piece off. Yeah, that's chalcedony. This is almost like a, I would call it like a Flint Ridge type material, this white stuff. I had a big blade of the white chalcedony from Flint Ridge, from Nether's farm, and I made a blade for the wood beardsman and gave it away as a gift on his channel.
Oh,
That's the only piece I ever got of that.
It was that giveaway contest.
Yeah.
Where you had Easter eggs hidden.
Yep. So this is the same kind of stuff from that knife. One's in Ohio, one's here. Oh, man. I need to sleep at some point. I was just testing this piece because I saw this little tiny shiny.
Whoa, hello.
Look at this. It's got limestone in it, but it's a lot of flint. And it's white on the outside. What the hell is this? Okay. Looks similar to this. This is more crystally. This is fine grained. So there's like a bunch of different stuff here apparently. I'm gonna take a piece of flint that we collected from the river and nap a spear point out of it. Now hopefully I'll get a good piece out of this. So both look okay. This one will be easier. So I'll try this one first. Now for it to be a working spear point, it doesn't have to be much bigger than that. So when I'm doing this, I'm abrading the edges, I'm dulling the edges to make it so that when I hit on these spots that are lower, when I hit on them, it travels along this line and creates a big flake. Same thing, you would hit there and you would hit there. And you just keep doing that over and over again to thin it down. So here is a platform, and here is a platform. Those are places you want to hit. It'll follow this line. The flake will thin it down along these lines. You can see right here, this shallow area is where one of the flakes came off. Same thing with here. And you just keep doing that over and over again until it gets down to this shape and size you want. So the platform there, and the platform there. The lowest points on the rock. I'm not going for anything too fancy because this is for use. It's starting to rain out. Kinda gotta hurry now. There's some damage in here, so I gotta be careful. But it's already taken shape, I don't need much more. Hopefully it stays together. So it's starting to rain, but I'm getting pretty close here. I just gotta thin it down, shape this edge up a little more, and the spear point will be done. No way. Okay, I think we're good. So we got a break in the weather here. The sun came back out, and we got along that far. You could see on this is the bottom of the rock. When I split it in half, you could see how much we've taken off. And the crystals on this line up to the crystals on that, so you could keep track of where your rock was when you're working on it. It's just a cool little thing. So we took off that much of the rock so far, and we got to thin it more. So I'm going to grind down again. I've ground all the edges so that I could see what I'm doing here. And where I should hit is the low platforms. So there, and there, and there. And when you flip it over, here's a low spot, here's a low, kind of low spot, here's a low spot, low spot. But one of the things I see on this piece is this is not such pure chert up here, and it's more brittle. So we might have a problem right along this edge here. We'll see what we could do. I'm going to use indirect percussion for that. So I'm going to use the indirect method, which is the issue stick under the leg hit with antler. And that allows more power to be driven into the flakes to push them off, rather than trying to sit there with your wrist or with your shoulder and pushing the flake off with brute strength. You're instead just like that. We might have some problem with this, and if we do have a problem with this, then it'll just be a smaller spear point that'll still get the job done. Doesn't need to be huge like this. It could be thin or it could be short. It doesn't matter, as long as it pierces and cuts. So I'm pushing the point into the copper tip, and as I press in, I hit with this to get the flake off. You do that all the way down the piece to thin it. So I hit right there. And you just do that along the whole piece. Here, there's a lot of problem areas, and I'm not certain that it's not going to break. It has crystals in it. These lines of crystals make a weak spot. Now, if I can't get rid of those and thin it, you see how thick it is here. I have to thin that, and I have to thin here, but there's a line of crystals in there that's going to stop the flake from traveling, and if it stops it, it could direct force down through the point instead of crossing over it, and if it goes down and through, it'll snap. So when you have damage like this, there's no way to determine for sure if you're going to break it or not doing this. If you're dealing with a lot of damaged rock, which from creek rock would definitely a lot of it be damaged, you got to learn how to work around these problem areas, and sometimes they fail. That just happens, but that's part of the process, and that's part of learning. And you learn how to correct these problems over time. Every time I fix it, I learn something new. Every time I break it, I learn something new. So we're going to see what happens here. Now this piece does have some problem areas in it, but we could probably fix it up. So this one cleaned up a lot. It went almost across the whole thing, and look how much width that took off. So when you pulled it off, it's way thinner. What I'm going to do at this point, since there's a lot of damage in here, I think I'm going to go with the zigzag method. So I'll take a flake off that way, then I'll flip it over, take a flake off that way, flip it over again, flake that way, all the way up to the tip. Then I'll regrind the whole thing and see if I could fix these problem spots. Also, on this side here, I gave way more width to work with, just in case this side fails. I'll still be able to get a point out of this like that. Even if I lose that much, I still have a very deadly spear point. A lot of that crystal is still in there. So we're just going to keep thinning this now. We're past the problem point. It's going to be a little bit of a problem here, but I'll just get rid of that with grinding, I think. So now you can see here, it's a really funky setup. This is going to be a big problem. I'll see what I could do. I think I'm going to start at the tip. Don't want to hit too hard. Okay. Now, what I'm doing with the zigzagging is it's setting up new places that I could hit. So now I have access to this platform, which runs on that line, but it's still all funky in here. So what I'm gonna do is take another flake below that platform on the opposite side. There. So we're getting really close to the finish here. I managed to fix that whole tip. Here is still a little thick, but I like to keep that area thick because it adds strength to the entire point. If the tip breaks off, I could pull it out, set it back in, and resharpen it. Thunder. But we fixed that whole tip. We got rid of all that funky stuff. There's a little bit in here that I'm not going to mess with. It runs up to here, but we don't need to fix that to make it a usable point. And I think what I'm going to do is just try to thin it a little bit right here, and then put some notches in, sharpen it up, and we're good to go. We're getting there. So I've just been zigzagging back and forth and taking the flakes off and thinning it down a little bit. And I'm getting to the base now. I'm going to do something called it's called a channel flake or a fluting flake up the point. But if you want to see that, go over to my Patreon and check out what I have available there, because that will be exclusive content just for Patreon. So on my Patreon, I'm going to be doing all of my secrets and tips and everything I've learned within the past 14, maybe even 15 years now of doing this, along with what I've learned in archaeology. I want to be able to help you guys, and if you guys want to be able to help me, you could sign up through Patreon and I'll gladly teach you this stuff. I have a mentorship program on there, and I have other tiers as well that you could look at, and go and check that out. I'll put the link, it'll be in the description of the video. You could just click on the link and go and check it out. Now for the final shaping and sharpening, usually I use caribou antler stuck in a stick with some pine sap, pine pitch glue, but this has been ground down to a nub, so on the other side I have a little stick of copper, and I'm just going to use that to finish it up. And same thing, I'm just going to zigzag across the piece and push little tiny flakes off. You don't want to take too much off here. So this is what I do for final resharpening. It's just pushing those little flakes off. And right there you can see I'm taking off that brown stuff. That brown stuff is called the cortex of the rock. And the cortex is actually weak, so you want to get that off if you can. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm just zigzagging back and forth on these platforms here and making sure it keeps the right shape. So now that tip is pretty sharp. I'm going to make it go to more of a point. And a lot of this, you can see the cortex is a different color than the chert. And there's a lot of cortex in there. It goes right across the line here. You can see it on this side, this brown stuff. And like I said, that's weaker. So I'm going to leave this because otherwise it'll shorten my spear point, and I don't want a short one. Just grind the piece again. So I'm just cleaning up the base a little bit. And this is a pretty good flute point. So this is an accurate replica of a Paleo-Indian spear point. Would have been used about 13,000 years ago, 12,000 years ago. And these were used to hunt large game like a caribou. They would put it on a atlatl dart and throw it with a spear thrower. The spear thrower was called an atlatl. And these darts would travel very, very forcefully into the animal. And then they had their food and clothes. So you could do all of this with just antler. You don't need the copper. You could do it with antler. It just takes a little bit more pressure to get those flakes off. As for the damage, we cleared up a lot of it. I flaked right over it, and I left the part that was very crystally in here. Like that. So all of this is crystally, but that's fine, because it'll be sitting in the stick here. And this is the spot that we'll be thrusting or throwing. So we took this half of a spall of creek cobble and turned it into a Paleo-Indian fluted point replica. And you could see how much we thinned that down compared to what it originally was. We thinned it down to a usable spear point that's razor sharp. We used indirect, we used pressure flaking, hand pressure flaking, and we used, it's called percussion flaking, which is when I was hitting with the copper. You could alternate those methods as you learn, and you'll see which works best for you. I like to use all of them. We finished the spear point in relatively short time, so now we're going to go put it on a stick. So if you want to see how I make a spear out of this, a primitive thrusting spear, check out that other video that I have coming. So thanks so much for hanging out and watching this, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and when you do that, hit the bell icon. You'll be able to see more primitive build videos. Check out my playlist. I have many other primitive builds in the past and more incoming. Cool. So I lied about this being the only piece here. There's actually a bunch. I just wasn't looking at it because it's white. I was looking for this, not that. We didn't even start the damn Flint trip yet. How does this happen? So, anyway, I'm going to go relax. I need to sleep. And we still got a lot to do. This isn't even the Flint trip yet. So, I gotta sleep. I gotta sleep. Along the way, and this is a tree fossil. It's 380 million years old. It's it is the oldest tree fossil found in the world. They have an artist's drawing here of what it would have looked like. You can see this thick base going up to a trunk. You can see right here, here's the thick base going up to what would have been the trunk. Crazy. Flint. 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 Used as gravel. Damn. Let's just call the gravel company and see where they're blasting.
Yeah, right? It is everywhere, look. There's a piece. There's a piece. There's a piece.
This is that stuff that I just found.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hear the waterfall. Getting close.
So, like, once you get an idea of where Flint is, it's not too hard to find it. I mean, it's everywhere around here, apparently.
The more time you spend doing this, you get an eye for it too. Danger.
That's a nice waterfall view. Smell that? What is that?
It smells good, whatever it is.
I've never smelled that before.
It
What
smells
is that?
like... It's almost like cucumber.
Yeah, like a citrus cucumber or something.
Yeah, what is that? Did you get vertigo?
I wasn't expecting that.
Wow.
I saw
Yeah,
the
that's
water there and it goes down.
That's a drop. Holy shit.
We gotta bleep that.
Bleep. Wow, you can't tell how steep it is.
Blood rot. You see how that limestone is pouring out from the wall right there? That pile? Now the next big flood that comes through is going to wash that downstream. And if there's flint in the limestone, it'll wash out like that, and that's how you find the cobbles and bricks of it, way downstream.
Oh, wow. That is a straight drop. It looks like a little puddle, but that's... I don't know how to show you how steep this is.
Just another pit stop, random stop, and just wanted to show you what vertigo looks like.
Vertigo, a feeling of dizziness, a swimming in the head. Figuratively, a state in which all things seem to be engulfed in a whirlpool of terror.
I look up, I look down, I look up, I look...
I don't think that'll come out on camera how high up we are. Is this shaking? Stop. I'm out. I'm done.
Bye, waterfall.
So I napped this from some of that rock. Gnarly looking stuff. In the wall. Huge chunks.
Is there?
Yeah.
That means it's probably in the creek.
Big fish just jumped. I don't know if you got that on camera or not. We're still heading to the campground, but I decided to stop here. And I found what looks to be a giant piece of flint here. We'll give it a test and see how it looks. Let's try this edge. It's not high quality, but it'll nap. I'm gonna bring it with me to experiment with. Looks more limestone than chert to me. Okay. This is esopus in here. Little bits of it. Little tiny. I'm gonna try cracking it open. Usually if it's high quality stuff, it rings like a bell. Let's see. It smells like sparks.
I smelled that too.
Nah, I'm not going to be able to get into this piece too easily. But there's a little bit right there.
Just found some fossils. Is a seashell?
So we're at the campground finally. And Leah fell asleep. We're waiting to check in. And can't check in until 2, so I'm going to go down to the water. Yep, I'm going to do that right now. Still can't capture how awesome this water is. You can see the rocks under it, clearly. You can't get the color. It's like neon green, blue, clear. Crazy. Here. I'm gonna just try to fish for a little bit and take it easy. See if I catch anything. So we're all set up. Just gonna make ourselves some New England clam chowder again. Read my book.